Hello guys, Alex from McVeigh Games here, and today I have another Lorcana gameplay video. Today I am testing out a red-yellow deck, or amber-ruby. It's similar to the amber-steel deck in the way it plays control-y, but instead of using the steel cards as control, it uses the ruby cards to control the field. So I ink a Surfer Stitch first turn, and then they ink the big crab guy, so it could be item turbo, or it could just be like some type of Sapphire ramp deck. I then quest my mini to gain 1, and then they ink a Let It Go. They play a 1 jump ahead and pass. I draw a Surfer Stitch, decide to probably ink the Surfer Stitch or Maui. I probably do the Maui here because since they're a item based or ramp based strategy, I don't really want to attack because they really won't be putting a lot of dudes on the field. I grab a Kuna Matata off the aerial, which is very solid because I'm able to ink it next turn, which allows me to get a little bit ahead of ink. They're probably going to beat us just because of the sheer ramp ability that this strategy has. Ink a Fishbone Quill, very interesting. Draw a Baby Aladdin. I then ink a Kuna Matata. And then I decide to either play Baby Aladdin or Mr. Smee. I go with Mr. Smee here, and then I can quest both of my dudes safely. I pass turn, they draw for turn, so they currently have 5 cards in hand, with a Bell on field, with a 5 Inkwell, which is a lot higher than us. Bell allowing them to ink 2 cards during each turn is very, very solid. They ink a Bell, and then they play a Robin Hood. Very good for them. Gets them a nice draw 1 to help maintain the card advantage they're losing from inking. They ink a Smash, and then they might pass, and they do. I draw a Shield of Virtue for turn. I ink a Baby Aladdin, and then I'm going to decide to Dragonfire the Bell because the Bell could get scary in a couple of turns once they hit 10. Then I just quest Mr. Smee and Ariel, because my thought process here is if they attack Ariel, then Ariel dies, but Mr. Smee is able to take out the Robin Hood, which is solid, and if they attack Smee, vice versa. So, right here, Mr. Smee is putting in a lot of work, just being able to deal with the Robin Hood. So they decide to attack into the Ariel. Ariel perishes, Robin Hood takes 2 damage. They play a Hades, so they're able to deal with my Mr. Smee, which is good on their part. They ink a Tinkerbell, very threatening card they could just keep in their hand for next turn, but they don't. I draw a Baby Aladdin. I then inkwell it right away so that I can quest my mini and then play. I could play Be Prepared, or I could be patient, because since they're not questing for a lot here, I might want to see if they can put another character on the field, which could give my Be Prepared a little more value. But instead they play a Beast Mirror with 2 cards in hand, so they might inkwell in play to try to draw off the Beast Mirror, but instead they just decide to attack with the Hades to deal with the Minnie Mouse. And then they ink an Eric, and they have 7, so they could make a play, but instead they pass. So right here I decide to play Be Prepared, nice +1, because they decided to not quest last turn and decide to deal with my mini, which was nice because the mini essentially saved us 2 lore that they could have grabbed. Play another Beast Mirror, and draw a large Aladdin. Great top deck here. Unless they have a Hades or something that can deal with it, he's going to put a lot of pressure, potentially, especially with the Shield of Virtue. So they grab, they grab your swords and smash. So this Aladdin went +1, which is nice. I draw Hades for turn. Hades can then just add back an Ariel, and then I can play Ariel and then get a song, which would be nice. So Be Our Guest is very solid because that's a nice inkable card that I can put in my inkwell. And then I'll pass for turn. That Hades right there becoming essentially 2 free cards. They draw a Baby Tinkerbell, they immediately inkwell it so that they can draw a card off Beast Mirror, and then they play Grab Your Swords, which deals with the Hades, and then they can't use Beast Mirror again. Wow. So here I can play Ariel to potentially get a nice song, and I get a Kuna Matata. Oh, I do get the Party of World instead, because here I can sing it with Ariel, add back Hades, and then Hades can then add back the Aladdin. So this Party of World essentially became 2 free cards, which is nice, along with some board presence, which is pretty solid in this matchup. I decided to ink the Teenage Simba finally, and then I pass for turn. they draw, so they have 1 card in hand, they ink it immediately, and then decide to draw a card with Beast Mirror. They use 1 jump ahead, and then they draw another card with Beast Mirror, and then pass. I draw a Maleficent, so I play Surfer Stitch here to draw 2 cards, draw Be Prepared and Maleficent. So right here, essentially the game's over, because they have very little cards, and my Maleficents will be able to deal with any threat they put on the field, because not many of their cards in their deck that I've seen so far have Ward, if any. The only card that would be the Aurora, but I'm not seeing that. So they play a Robin Hood and a Baby Tinkerbell, and they use 1 jump ahead. I can now play Maleficent to deal with the Baby Tinkerbell, because the only threat that I'm scared of is a top deck large Tinkerbell. And then I can quest everything out, probably ink a card, and then summons Minnie Mouse, because if I do that, it plays around Grab Your Sword, because Grab Your Sword would be able to deal with the Hades, the Ariel, and then be able to attack the Ariel. So if they had Grab Your Swords within these next couple of draws, I would still have game through that. So that was the whole thought process on playing the Minnie Mouse. So they ink the Captain Hook, they draw a card off Beast Mirror, they play Baby Tinkerbell, and then their last draw, see if they can get there. And they do not, so they're going to admit defeat, and that's the game. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you have a great day. Stay safe, peace.